So this is the morning, the 3rd of May 2025. Chris sent us a lovely picture of the airfield. You can hear the birds, it's so quiet and good visibility. Patrick was flying Squeak and I was along for the ride. Without further ado, let's get started. Here there's 5 aircraft going. Di and Derek, Rob and Andy, Taff and Gary, and Chris and Amanda. But we're claiming pole position and doing a rolling start. The sun is just about to come up. So this is our flight to Popham. Nothing adventurous, but if you'd just like to tag along, if you're interested in that, sit back and enjoy it. Lined up, runway 18, and off we go. Off the ground, past the trees, and passing old Park Farm buildings, to down there on our right, looking out to sea, good clear visibility. So it's a good day for it. And as we climb up, we start to hit the sunshine, just climbing up into the dawn. This is about 6:30 in the morning. Chatting away, getting rid of the flaps. I had a terrible buzz in my headset, which was a pain. And as we turn into the sun, which was now blinding for about the next 30 miles until we got towards the bridges. So turning left, all you could see really was this huge sun in front of us. That was our route that we took, pretty straight line all the way down to Popham in Hampshire. But when we got near the bridges, we had to turn back because we'd climbed up high, and then we saw that there was a layer of cloud, so we had to drop down before we crossed across the Severn Estuary. So here we are near the cloud. Now that was a pole position there, but we sacrificed it because we had to turn round. You can see the sun's behind us, drop down behind this layer of cloud, and actually as we got down and turned round to face the bridges, the visibility was a whole lot better under the cloud, and you had the advantage that the sun wasn't blinding you. So here we are, there's the bridges up there, across the River Severn. So we tucked under there. As you can see, it's a bit closer to the bridge, the sun's out of our eyes, and it was a whole lot more comfortable. That's down towards Avonmouth, tied out on the River Severn. So further down towards Popham, going over Wiltshire and then into Hampshire, we lost our pole position, and November Echo Echo Victor, who hadn't even left when we took off, raced past us as well and was there way before us. This is in the overhead here at Popham. See the tents down there, and just pointing out the left-hand circuit, round we go. And we're on finals here for runway 03. Those trees don't look much from the air. They're down there, there's the trees. But Patrick went to the left of them, then turned to get the centre line again, over the dual carriageway, and then down onto runway 03. As you can see on the left there's not many planes, and nowadays there's no parking of aircraft on the right hand side of the runway as there used to be. Patrick doing a greaser of a landing. And touching down somewhere there, it's so smooth you can hardly tell. We rolled out to the next intersection so we could get off the runway as quickly as possible because we knew there was people following us. Where's the next? There we are, next taxiway through, and got off the runway as quickly as we could. And in we go to be marshalled to be parked up. And if you can hear the squeak in the background, that's one of the brakes was just squeaking, but no bad thing. It let everybody know we were coming. And later in the day, there was a lot of people around as we taxied out. In we marshalled, and not only stop, thumbs up from him as well. There we are, all parked up. There's Gary and Taft's aircraft next to us, and then Derek and Di parked, but they've already disappeared for a coffee. And up there is November Echo Echo Victor, which has taken off so much later than us, but got there first. So the trade show was, as it normally is, some very expensive aircraft on show. Very little in the way of trade stands with the normal bits and pieces that there used to be. But no video of mine would not be complete without a shadow landing. So here's the gratuitous view of a shadow landing. That's a Microlight retracting gear. Incredible. So it's quite interesting watching the aircraft land. This fella has landed, but the other behind him have got too close and he's having to go round, probably cursing. It's quite a big circuit at Popham. And this guy does a lovely landing, tail dragger. And this weight shift tucks down nice and quick and stops promptly. They were really coming in thick and fast as the morning went on. That's one of the reasons we got up so early, so that we could get there before the crazy rush. And after 4 or 5 hours there, and having got fuel, we're taxiing out to take off again. So ahead of us is Derek and Di, and ahead of them is Andy and Rob. And the queue to take off was very slow. They positioned us so we could not see up the approach with a high-wing aircraft. We had to keep waiting for the ATC to let us know that the approach was clear. So it slowed up things quite a bit. I can see we're about 6th in the queue here. We're to come up onto this runway, then back down there. And it was a slow old process, which I've edited, obviously. Don't need to suffer it with us. You can see the queue behind us. More people joining. There's Andy and Rob lining up to depart. Derek and Di ahead of us. More people joining the queue. This is about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, as soon as they move off, we'll move up, ready to move also. So you just could, the angle they brought us round at, you just could not see up the approach. So once you got it all clear, Derek and Di lined up and we're off. There they go. Patrick now moves up into position. Di do a rolling start and away they go. And we're next in line. So, finally get the okay. So you just can't see up the approach, which is annoying. Full power being fed in, and away we go. Climbing away, you see a whole lot more aircraft had arrived during the day. And again, it's quite a large circuit, so we climbed to into the crosswind leg, avoiding all the areas, and I'm telling Patrick he can turn left now. And the Hampshire countryside looking lovely at this time of the year with the yellow rape fields. Crossing over the A3, I think it is, the Southampton to Oxford Road. And before long we're back to the M4, Lee Delamere motorway services, and then Hovington airfield disused in the distance. And as you can see, the visibility was really good, really clear. That's me looking around. There was an EasyJet flying over us about 7,000 feet above us. Just looking if I could see it. Whole lot better when we got back to the River Severn and crossing the bridges. So much better than this morning. There's the old bridge down there. And looking round down the estuary, there's Avonmouth just on the extreme left of the screen. Nearly home now. There's the coast ahead of us. And there was nobody on the radio, so we went over the field to check out the windsocks. Both windsocks were up on both runways, so we could have a good look at them. And it was southerly, which is a pain. But there wasn't much wind, but southerly wind's a bit tricky. So Patrick elected to do a landing on runway 36 with a full tailwind. That's the runway with the brown patch at the bottom of the screen now. So we headed out to the coast, joined in a normal procedure there. So let's just do this a bit fast forward so we don't have to get too bored. Right, we're leaving the coast, left base for runway 36. Past the industrial estate, over the M4 again, and then turning left onto finals. Few feet finals. Now it's a tailwind, so our ground speed seems higher, but it is a tricky way. Patrick's got it really low, coming in over the ground, and does an excellent job first time round. Always tricky with the tailwind. And you thought that was tricky, the next bit was also tricky. As we turn off the runway onto the taxiway, as we know Derek and Di are landing behind us, and somebody's parked right in the narrowest part of the taxiway. I won't mention any names, but really, anyhow, we had some help to get through. Ben shuffling out sideways, and Tony closed the hangar door so we could get past. Close them, giving us an indication of how close our wingtip is, which is handy. Past there, and then Ben helped us pass the other way. So, a cracking day out. Really good flying the whole day, and a fairly interesting show to see. Derek and Di also landed on 3.6. They got it down. Bit shaky camera work here. Sorry about that. But he got down and they both got down and stopped. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. And I'll catch you on the next one.
They did it.